Hey, it's Rick Kamla. It is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander for the Fantasy NBA today. I mean, it's July 23rd, man. We're making it. We're making it to Media Day. That's the goal here. Late September, Media Day, the whole thing starts up again. The news is kind of dying down, Doc. And today we're going to get into player rankings, like group rankings, like we pick 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys, like a nice like mind-melting cluster, and we rank them, right? We're also going to do head-to-head player debates today, a lot of them. Doc, the news, it's now, it's that faucet that it's shut, but it's going drip, 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 drip. You need the plumber to come over and fix it. That's where we're at with news. Lindy Water signed with the Spurs, 3rd stringer. Josh Okogie signed with the Houston Rockets. I've got him as their backup 2 on my depth chart. Blake Wesley signed with the Trailblazers, and he is their 3rd string point guard. Anything to add on these moves?
You know, back when I was a hardcore blurber, like all I did was news blurbs for 15 solid years. This was the most beautiful time of the year. Like there was no news to write. Now we still had to like monitor it, and we didn't have Twitter like popping up in our face. We still had to go try to find news. But it was the dog days, and it was awesome. But it also meant that you were like deep in the middle of writing a draft guide. And at that time, I was basically doing it by myself. So there really literally was no off season back in the day. And there still really isn't. Like the news will be slow from now until media day. But then once media day gets here, we're right back in the middle of it. You know, one piece of breaking news that is now very old news, Rick, that we have not spoken about is the Coldplay Kiss Cam situation. Is that the most viral moment that we've ever seen? I think it is, because there is a moonshiner that I am friends with in Dahlonega who does not have a TV or a cell phone, and he knows about the Coldplay Kiss Cam.
I don't know. Like, to me, I just, and I don't know, I don't have stats to quantify this, but to me, the Hawk Tua girl. And you know who I'm talking about, right? You don't know who I'm talking about?
I know that one, but I feel like this one blew up way harder than that.
All right, I'll give it to you then. I don't know. This isn't stuff that I sort and calculate, but the Hawk Tua girl. So this girl went from a drunk, funny moment on the street, goes viral. This chick like gets in with like big time business people. She disappeared, bro. Like it's all so murky. She threw out an opening pitch at a Mets game, bro. From a drunk episode that got caught on camera, she's out throwing out the opening damn pitch, bro. Presidents throw out the opening pitch of baseball games. Like, how could you go more viral than that?
Yeah. Actually, a friend of mine in Dahlonega, her mom was the first ball girl for the Cleveland Indians back in the day. And they invited her back to throw out the first pitch like this past weekend. So
cool.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I don't know a lot of people have thrown out first pitches. Governor Holcomb, my buddy, did it for a few things. And now this friend of mine, her mom did it. The guys in Guster got to throw out a first pitch at a Mets game or something one time, but pretty cool. That'd be cool, man. I would really get into throwing out a first pitch.
Coby threw, by the way, about an 85-mile-an-hour strike right down home plate, man, when he threw out an opening pitch at Chavez Ravine, home of the LADs. All right. If you're watching us live on Twitter, we love you. Hi, it's Cam, it's Doc. Not every offseason episode is going to be. Am I on mute?
No, you're good. I was just saying hello.
Okay. So to see every offseason episode, we would like you guys to subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed to catch every episode and stay in the loop. Like I said on Twitter, most episodes during our offseason will be on there, but not all of them. So the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed. Subscribe to it, Apple, Spotify, our YouTube channel. We've got a variety of outlets for you there. Player debates, Doc. And we're building our draft boards right now. Mine is, under construction, but I'm a long way. We've got the brick and mortar. We've got the, what do they call it? The rhubarb, whatever. Like, it's all happening. Okay. Like, we're getting to the roof and we're going to start, moving inside here in a little bit. But let's get into this. So we're helping people out. You're stuck. Oh my God. These guys are right next to each other in my draft. They're right next to each other in my position rankings and my overall rankings. What do I do? Let's start with Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler, Doc, and stop laughing as we look. Again, just because you and I are out on these guys, not everybody is. So let's break it down for the people.
Hey, I told you the other day that I'm sort of in on Kawhi. Like, he's earned back a little bit of my trust to the point where I would at least draft him. I'm taking Kawhi Butler. I want no part of Jimmy Butler. So it's not close for me.
This is not close for you. Okay. So let's see what my answer is. I'm just kidding. It's Kawhi Leonard. It's Kawhi Leonard, Doc. Either guy is a huge dice roll right now. There's no safety here. Okay. It's a cliff. You're going to jump. You don't know if there's rocks right below the surface or if it's a nice, like 15, foot plunger right there and you're all good. Okay. Whee! Oh, you don't know. Okay. So I will go for the guy with the most upside. Kawhi Leonard's stat line is still one of the best in the NBA. He's checking all the boxes. The efficiency is very, very high. The guy is a freak. Statistically, all-time great player, obviously. Jimmy Butler's not an all-time great player. Okay. Jimmy Butler is a bubble Hall of Famer. Kawhi Leonard is a first ballot, red carpet. He'll probably be the main guy in his class, all of that stuff. And Doc, Kawhi, I don't mean to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it, is currently healthy. Okay. He's not rehabbing something right now. He's in the gym working on his game. I mean, he's the most like rocked up and freaking conditioned guy in the league. I don't know why he gets hurt all the time. You know what I mean? I can't, he hasn't gone Hollywood. He has not gone soft. Like I don't know. I don't know why the injuries continue to haunt this guy, but he works as hard as anybody in the league. I say Kawhi Leonard as well. All right, Doc.
A couple more things on him. One, I feel like his mindset changed last year to I want to play in as many games as I can. I'm tired of hearing this. I feel like he's trying harder. He wants to play in every game. And then you add into the fact that the Clippers just added Bradley Beal and Chris Paul to their team. And now they're like, hey, guys, we have a real chance to do some damage in the West. And if the stars align, we could win it all. And for that to happen, I'm going to need Kawhi Leonard and Bradley Beal to be out there playing every night. So I think if there was a year to roll a dice on Kawhi Leonard, it feels like this is the one. You're muted.
You're making excellent points, dude. When you said that last thing, it reminded me of that Anthony Davis year, right? Amid all of these DNPs, I'm like, I just got a fuzzy vibe on this guy this year, and it hit. And you have a very would you compare that Kawhi vibe you have to the vibe I had on Anthony Davis a couple of years ago?
Right now, it's not the same place because when you were talking about Anthony Davis back then, like you were all in. You're like, Davis is going to have a great year. He's going to be an MVP candidate. He might win it. I'm going in. Whereas I'm like, yeah, I'll take Kawhi Leonard. I'll draft him this year. As of right now, I'm not going all in, especially the addition of Beal. It's another mouth to feed on that team. So it's a little weird, but I mean, Kawhi's going to be fine either way as long as he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, he's going to have another badass season.
I love what you said, too, about you noticed a change last year. Let's merge reality with fantasy. Tyronn Lue said in advance of last year, Doc, we're going for it. We're playing games. We're holding our players more accountable. We're not – I forget the exact phrasing of it, but he's like, there's no more load management around here. There's no more tomorrow, right? Because the Clippers have always played for tomorrow, right? We're going to rest George. We're going to rest Kawhi. We just got to get to the playoffs, right? Play for tomorrow, play for tomorrow, play for tomorrow. And Tyronn Lue's like, we're playing for today. Okay, and I remember saying that throughout that offseason on NBA radio. The Clippers got to change their strategy, man. They got to push their chips in the middle of their table and stop being so damn soft and coddling these players. And I'm not saying you crack a whip. You got to find a happy medium in between there. Boom, we get that report from Tyronn Lue. I was like, here we go. And Kawhi Leonard did comply with that plan. So there was actually a change, and I did notice that as well, Doc. It is Cam. It is Doc. He is the Hall of Famer. We have BITB, Andre Lemouche, Andre GPT, AI, Andre 007, the man with a million nicknames, the man with a million jobs. This one is going to hit you right here, Doc. Dink! Right between the eyes, okay? Cooper Flagg and Jalen Johnson, bro. The player debates have just gotten hot.
Well, the problem is Jalen's my boy. Jalen's one of my guys. So I'm going Jalen Johnson as of today. But honestly, I want Cooper Flagg on as many teams as I can get him on. You've talked about him averaging 20 points this year. I think it could be 25. Like the sky is the limit on this kid, and he's going to have a Luka-esque rookie season minus the point guard numbers. But I think Cooper Flagg is going to be awesome. But I'm going to say Jalen Johnson as of July 23rd.
Jalen Johnson's going to have a better stat line, I believe, Doc. He's a more mature player. I mean, the guy was 19, 10, and 5 last year with 1-1-1. I don't trust Jalen Johnson, dude. He's not dead to me, but I don't trust him. Right? He's in the penalty box for me. Dude, 2 seasons in a row, he has not finished. What's he played? 70 games the last 2 years, something like that. So I absolutely love Jalen Johnson. I do. I think he's going to have a better box score line than Cooper Flagg. Not by much, but I think he will have a better box score line. But I'm going Flagg, dude, because I don't try. Again, Doc, we talk about the known versus the unknown. And sometimes I'll take the known rather than the unknown. Sometimes the known is unsavory, and then I'll go for the unknown. You know what I mean? But I feel like the unknown with Cooper Flagg is pretty known. Again, guys, if you're like, hey, let me check out Cam and Doc, and you haven't been along for the ride all off season, that's cool. Welcome to the show. We'd love to have you guys along for the ride. I have Cooper Flagg this year at 20 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 1-1-1 in the block, steals, and threes. He should be a high draft pick. Don't look, he's a rookie. And the numbers only get better from there. Guys, this is a generational talent. And I know you've heard that a million times, but it just needs to be reiterated. Cooper Flagg's not just the number 1 overall pick. He projects to be in the Iverson, Ewing, Shaq, Duncan, like that level of player. Hall of Famer, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm plugging in, dude. I'm plugging in. Flagg is my answer. Andre said he's actually only an aspiring travel agent. So add another hat though, dude, to Andre.
Well, my wife wants to go to Europe, so I emailed Andre and asked him what he thought, and I got back a full itinerary with menus and like the car. I think he booked a car and every Airbnb for us. Like it's all set up. Hopefully he's going to come to my house and drive me to the airport.
Doc's got jokes, man. I absolutely love it. All right, so you're on Jalen. I'm on Flagg with that one. By the way, Doc, in my forward rankings right now, I have Flagg at 9. I have Jalen Johnson at 10. They are right next to each other. So I don't want to make it sound like I don't like Jalen Johnson. I do, and I will go there this year, but I would rather have some Cooper Flagg. All right, Doc, here's another mind melter for you. Jabari Smith, Matas Buzelis. You're on the clock.
Buzelis reminds me of Chan Ho Park for $1. And what that means is 25 years ago, we had an auction draft, a baseball draft. And my brother was a rookie, had never done it before. And we're near the end of the draft, and he shouts out, Chan Ho Park for $1. And the minimum bid was $0.10. And everybody in the room started laughing at him and like, you're crazy. Chan Ho Park, that's awesome. You just spent $1 on Chan Ho Park. And Chandler Park was terrible that year. But the year after that, he blew up. And I think that's where we are with Matas Buzelis. I think this is too early. He needs one more year in the oven to cook. And then the year after this is when he pops. So I'm going to say Jabari Smith, who's kind of in a do or die situation in Houston. Like, it's time to get this train going. So I'm going to go Jabari Smith.
Interesting. Guys, I want to just quickly, Doc, I'll obviously play tennis with you here, but I want to remind you guys, we are going to be rolling during the offseason with your questions, your comments, okay? And so so get in right now on Twitter, in the comment section, drop some questions. If you're on our YouTube channel, you can go to the chat area, okay? And Andre's monitoring all of that, but ask questions to us. We are here to answer them. And this is a live joint right here, so we would love to do that with you guys. All right, Doc, Jabari versus Buzelis. I have Buzelis. And the reason is, Doc, there's a lot more upside in the block category with Buzelis than there is with Jabari. I think Matas Buzelis has the potential to have a really goody line. And, like, let's look at Jabari Smith's line, okay? 13, 14 points, 7, 8 boards, around 1 or 2 dimes. Probably won't be a block. Probably won't be a steal. I don't know. Like, he's still under construction. We're still figuring out, like, who he is statistically. We're still figuring out who Buzelis is statistically. But I think there's more upside with the stat line, with the combination of blocks and threes with Matas Buzelis than there is with Jabari Smith. And I think both are going to be put up to bat big time this year. I mean, Doc, if Billy Donovan messes with Buzelis' playing time this year, it's going to be a freak show. I'm going to go nuts. Going to blow a gasket, bro. I am. Like, if Buzelis isn't playing 30 minutes a game, you want to get him to 32, that would be great. But if he's not at 30 minutes a game, I'm going to freak out on the great Billy Donovan. Didn't he just make the Hall of Fame? Didn't I say, was that a finalist or is he in? He will be in. It's only a matter of time. But that's my answer, Doc. I go with Buzelis. So I give you Deni Avdija versus Miles Bridges. Deni Avdija, Miles Bridges.
I'm just sitting here thinking about Buzelis. Like, is he going to get 30 minutes a game?
I feel good about it. I would bet on it, yes. I wouldn't bet my car on it, but I would bet on it.
If Buzelis is getting 30 minutes a game, I'm going Buzelis. But the thought bubble I have about Buzelis was just last year, how his minutes were a yo-yo and all over the place. And Donovan did mess with him last year, and he never really got into a groove. So 30 minutes, I'll take Buzelis. But I need to see the 30 minutes happen first. As far as
that's
my
fair.
guy Deni, huh?
That's fair. That's absolutely fair, dude.
As far as Deni versus Miles Bridges, I think Miles Bridges is the safe answer here. Like, he was very good last year. Under the radar, you could draft him kind of late. Turned out to be a really nice value pick for a lot of us. And Deni Avdija, his fantasy rankings, like, if you look at the algorithms, like, his rankings weren't that good, but his PRA was fun, and he had a good season. He had a fun season. I wouldn't mind having both of those guys on my team, but I think if push comes to shove, I want the reliability of old faithful Miles Turner. I mean, Miles Bridges.
He is kind of old faithful. Like, he was named to the Naismith Hall of Fame class of 2025. Shout out to Billy Donovan, by the way. Great guy. Interviewed him multiple times. Doc, his energy is incredible. It's incredible. You know when somebody comes in a room or they sit at the table or whatever, and the whole dynamic, the whole energy of everything changes. You know what I'm saying? And not every human being is blessed with that sort of aura and vibe, right? He's a gangster, but a nice gangster. He is. He's just got, like, you just know a gangster just sat down. You can feel it. Whoosh. Gangster vibes come at you, right? But they hug you. They don't punch you, right? This isn't NWA. This isn't Straight Outta Compton. This is Billy Donovan. You know what I'm saying? Great guy. I love Billy Donovan. Super happy he's in the Hall of Fame. Remember, 2 chips at Florida, and that counts for everybody. Your international resume counts. Your college resume counts. Obviously, your professional career counts. So shout out to Billy Donovan. My answer here, Doc, is Miles Bridges. More consistent, and the key for me is more proven. Deni Avdija versus Miles Bridges needs to do that again to get the nod over Bridges, because Bridges is going to hit me 20 points. He's going to hit me 7 assists, rebounds. He's going to give me 4 assists. He's going to give me about 1.5 combined defensive stats. He's going to give me 2+ threes. And I know this. I don't know exactly what Deni Avdija is going to do. I think, Doc, that Deni Avdija is out of the woods of the numbers game in Portland. But I don't know that for sure, okay? They have on their bench Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe, right? And you have the Kamara and Grant and Avdija forward deal, and you have Drew Holiday, and then you have Klingon. But the fact that Shaedon Sharpe kind of lurks, and what do they do with Jeremy Grant? I don't know. There's rotational questions that I have with Deni. They're not alarming, but in this debate, it's enough to tip me to Miles Bridges. All right, I now get you back, Doc, to a question you do not want to answer, but I need you to answer it. It's your job. We're paying you to do this. Actually, I shouldn't say we. They, the bosses, are paying you to do this. Zion Williamson and Lauri Markkanen. You're on the clock.
I'm going to answer that, but first I'm going to say Miles Bridges was on my 30-deep team last year and qualified at center. With CBS, at CBS, he was a SF, PF, and a C. And he was a big reason that my team got to the finals in 30 deep. I had James Harden, Coby White, Norm Powell, Miles Bridges, and Al Horford. And that was enough to get me
I love how nostalgic you get about your teams, dude. It's phenomenal. Can I just make a quick comment, Doc? A quick comment.
Absolutely.
You know how I'm very proud of my depth charts, right?
Oh, that center,
come to me.
Center for Miles Bridges is probably just eats at you. Keep you up.
Hello? Okay, I'll lower my voice. I don't want to overmodulate. That's why I tell come to me. CBS, they're a network, $1 billion corporation, and they had Miles Bridges at C. Doc, please continue.
Yeah, that was part of the reason I drafted Miles Bridges. Because it matters, especially when you're only starting like 8 guys. Like, it really matters if your guy qualifies at both forward and center. Back to the question of the day, really, for me, Zion versus Markkanen. I would say the odds, the chance of you or me having either one of these guys on any of our teams is probably about 1.5%. It might be 0.08%. I'm not sure, but
I think it's 0.0.
I'm going to go Markkanen just because I know I'll get a nice first half out of him. And then I'm trading him or doing something with him around the new year.
I'll go Markkanen here. Grudgingly. Again, this is for y'all. Okay, this is for you know what this is, Doc? This is a band playing a request. And we're not one of these snooty, snobby bands. We don't play requests, okay? I can tell you down here in Florida, that's not how to get gigs, okay? They want you to play the hits. They throw out a hit. If you know it, you play it. It's kind of what you do down here. Boy, that scratching noise was really loud. Zion's completely dead to me, Doc. Cannot be revived, brought back to life. So at least Lauri Markkanen's a zombie. Like, Lauri can be revived. He can be brought back to life for me. Like, if Lauri Markkanen was traded to Golden State, I'm not crazy about Lauri's stat set. I'm not. You're going to get 17 to 20 points, 7 boards, no assists, no defense at all, 2+ threes. Okay, it's a very Michael Porter Jr.-esque stat line where it's like just good enough to kind of hang in there and get your attention, but you're really not psyched about it. Okay, but I mean, Zion is Zion, dude. The guy's going to play 27.5 games again. And Doc, I know that Zion is a PRA stud. We're talking 25, 7, and 5, right? Like a Paulo Banchero type of PRA. His fantasy gold sucks. Was he at 1 block? I think he was at 1 block last year, right? And the steals were like at 0.8 or 0.9, and he doesn't give you any threes. Very, very light in the fantasy gold. So I say Lauri. It's the lesser of two evils.
Andre pointed out that I recommended a sell high on Lauri Markkanen on July 23rd. Is that the earliest fantasy sell high recommendation in history?
Yeah, and especially coming out of a buy low season where he didn't finish the season. Zion was 1.2 steals and 0.9 blocks. Thank you, Andre. Which is decent. You have my attention with that, but it's no threes and very little games. If you told me Zion and Markkanen were both going to play 50 games, I'd rather have Zion. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Zion has a better stat line than Lauri, but I think Lauri will play more games than Zion. And in this debate, that's really the most important stat for me. Anything else to say on this, Doc? You ready to move on?
Nope. Same.
All righty then. Let's go to Coby White and Immanuel Quickley.
Coby White is one of my guys. I will roll with him again. I do think that Immanuel Quickley is due to have a bounce back season because last year was pretty bad. And that's good news. If you want to draft Immanuel Quickley this year, his price tag is going to be cheaper than it probably should be. So I like that aspect of Quickley. I think you could probably get both of these guys if you wanted to. But I really like what Coby White's done the last couple of years. He's inefficient, but that's part of what makes him fun. Is he's just a walking bucket, just kind of a gun out there. And he's going to have some big games. I like Coby White.
I'm going IQ here, Doc. It's super close. I'm going to my rankings right now. Where do I have Coby and Quickley? They're in the 20s. Dude, I'm worried that Coby White gets traded, Doc. And I'm worried that Coby White gets traded to a team that brings him off the bench. And he goes from 25-5 to 15-4-3. I'm really worried about that. God only knows what Chicago's going to do, right? Are they going to trade Vooch? Are they going to trade White? Are they going to bottom out? Are they going to keep the same kind of 10th seed team that they had last year and run it back? Seems like right now it seems like that's what they're going to do. Vooch is still there. White is still there. Giddey's hung up in the restricted free agency thing, but eventually they'll come to terms. So I see potential downside with Coby White. I don't know how this season's going to go for him. If you said Coby White's going to play 72 games for Chicago and do exactly what he did last year, I'm taking White over Quickley. I just don't. I want to believe that's going to happen, but I don't fully believe that's going to happen. With Immanuel Quickley, Doc, and I love point guards. Okay, point guards are where the goodies are. You're getting points, you're getting assists, you're getting steals, you're getting threes. And so you're checking a ton of boxes for me there. And I agree with Doc on the bounce back factor. I like Toronto's starting 5. I think their bench is weird, but they could be a play-in tournament team in the East. I'm not going to say easily, but they could. I have them 11th right now. I have Toronto 11th right now. All right. What if Chicago decides, to plummet? Boom. Toronto could then be the 10th seed. And then, they're playing it out and playing for real and stuff like that. I'll take Quickley, dude. I think, again, if you told me Coby's going to play more games than Quickley, same stats as last year, I'd rather have White. But the uncertainty of White's role, and I know what Quickley's role is going to be. My only question is, are you going to get freaking hurt again and play 30 games? And I feel good that that's not going to happen again. And if it does, he'll be dead to me, but he's not there yet. Here's another one, Doc. that I know that you and I just want to run and hide from. But again, we do the tough stuff here. We are not James Harden in Game 5 or Game 7. We run into the smoke, okay? And right now, Doc, the smoke is thick, okay? It's Ja Morant versus LaMelo Ball. Chew on that Twinkie.
I don't really want either of them, but I'm going to go LaMelo Ball just because of the upside factor. I mean, if this dude somehow plays in 72 games 1 year, the numbers are going to be spectacular. They're going to, I mean, if Morant and LaMelo both played in 72 games in a season, LaMelo's numbers would blow Morant's out of the water. So, just from a pure statistical fantasy upside point, I'm going to take LaMelo. He's a much better fantasy player.
I agree that LaMelo Ball has the better stat line. Totally agree. I wouldn't say it's a blowout. If things are right for Ja, you're getting 26 points, you're getting 5 boards, you're getting 7 assists, you're getting 1.1 steals, 2-ish threes. Pretty freaking good stat line. But LaMelo Ball is like nutty with the steals and threes. So that is a big separation for me. The PRA is a little bit more on par between these two guys. This is all about games played. Doc, you're sitting down? Okay, dude. I'm going to read you LaMelo Ball's games played. Okay, 51. 75, and I believe that's the year they made the play-in tournament, got rolled by Indy. 36, 22, 47. Okay, it sounds like a woman's size, right? 36, 22, 47, right? Or an audible in an NFL game at the line of scrimmage, right? 36, 22, 47. But that's it. 36, 22, 47 last 3 years. All right, here's Ja. 67, 63, 57, 61, 9. That's when all the troubles were happening. Then 50 last year. Doc, there's a way better body of work with games played with Ja Morant than LaMelo Ball. Ding! For that reason, I say Ja Morant. We are running and hiding from either of these guys. But again, it's a request from the crowd, bro. And there you go. You say Ball, I say Morant. All right. Andre GPT. Get in here, bro. Break the tie. Are you going LaMelo? He said LaMelo. And he just successfully traded LaMelo. So how about that? In a Wemby trade. He said easy call with a little smiley face. Boy, you guys hate Ja Morant. Do you guys understand? You guys understand that LaMelo Ball never plays and hates the game. You guys hate.
He played
is that missed on you guys?
All I heard was 75 games 1 year. That was good enough for me.
The diamond in a pile of turd is what you're saying. You found it. The diamond in that pile of turd is the 75-game season by LaMelo Ball.
I'm telling you, man, those big baller shoes ruin those kids, ruin the whole family.
Let me ask you a question. Who loves the game less, LaMelo or Ja? Oh, no. Let me change it. Who has more love of the game, LaMelo or Ja? Who do you think loves the game? Oh crap! I'm spazzing out over here. Who do you think loves the game more, LaMelo or Ja?
I don't know. I've never talked to either one of them. I've never hung out with either one of them. I don't have any idea.
Does it seem like they love the game?
Injury history seems pretty serious. I mean, it's not like he's just chilling out. Maybe he is. I don't know. I guess LaMelo. I mean, I guess Morant because he plays more games every year. But I honestly don't have a good answer there.
I don't know, man. I think Ja Morant loves the game more than LaMelo Ball. I think LaMelo Ball may be the worst in the league at love of the game. How many players are in the NBA? 450 or some number? I would rank him 450th in terms of love of the game because, dude, every single role player, every single like roster wannabe in the two-way guys, and they all love the game way more than LaMelo Ball. They're making, minimal money compared to these other guys, right? And just out there playing hard, and they're there every day in the practice facility for 8 hours, working on. And LaMelo Ball is on a yacht with hotties surrounding him, and again, not mad at him. Okay, like I'm not mad at you. Okay, holla at your boy with an invite. But anyway, I think Ja Morant loves the game a little bit more than LaMelo Ball. LaMelo might have been on that boat where Stephon Diggs. Remember when Stephon Diggs went viral for his on the boat moment with all those hotties around him, and he had the little baggie with a little substance in it that people were like, "Bro, what is that?"
I missed that one.
You missed that one. That was a big deal. All the football guys were aggregating that, retweeting that. I'm like, man, Stephon Diggs got it. Good. And isn't he with like Nicki Minaj or some like big time performer, and he's just out there with about 7 hotties surrounding him, bro. These guys, man, dude, that would be tough, right? You're Stephon Diggs. You got to work. He's coming off a major injury, by the way. And you need to be on the football field. You need to be in the gym, but we got this yacht party going on over here. These are tough decisions, dude. I'd probably pick the yacht party. All right. Let's see here, Doc. All right. Let's. What do I want to do here? We got about, Doc, 15 minutes left. All right. Let's take a break from the player battles, and let's move on to ranking some player groups. Are you ready to do a couple of these, Doc? You cool with this?
Yeah.
All right. I'm kind of going like not in the order that they're listed here. I kind of highlighted ones that I wanted to hit with you today because we kind of weren't touching on those guys in the player debates. So write these down, Doc. Let's get to work here, baby. We got Jalen Green, Dyson Daniels, Nebhard, all right, Fred VanVleet, and LaVine. Jalen Green, Dyson Daniels, Andrew Nebhard, Fred VanVleet, and Zach LaVine. If you want me to go first, I can go first, but you tell me what you want to do there. And no, this to me, go ahead. This.
I'm going Dyson Daniels number 1. Even though you're going with Jalen Green number 1, I have Jalen Green number 2. Then I'm going LaVine, Nembhard, FVV.
I love ranking these groups, man. I have so much fun with this.
I am out on FVV. I'm probably out on LaVine, Nembhard, Dyson, and Jalen. I'm good with all of them. But I put LaVine in front of Nembhard just because LaVine's a good player, man. He just is.
All right. So, Doc, I have these guys, literally, they're a 5-pack in my guard rankings that go from 19 to 23. Okay. That's why I like plucked this like 5-pack, because I was like, I spent a long time just ranking that 5-pack right there, and who do I want over who. And so, okay, you went Daniels 1, Green 2, LaVine 3, Nebhard 4, FVV 5. Number 1 for me there is Jalen Green. I think the kid's going to have a big year. I shouldn't say kid. I think the young man's going to have a big year in Phoenix. I really hope Phoenix plays it straight, Doc, and doesn't like get cute and in March, let's shut everything down. You have Mark Williams, you have Ryan Dunn, you have Dylan Brooks, you have Jalen Green, you have Devin Booker, you've got Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, you've got Nick Richards and Maluach. You've got Rasheer Fleming, a rookie that a ton of people like. Like, your team doesn't suck. It really doesn't, man. I would love them to go get like a Malcolm Brogdon at their backup PG, or a Westbrook. But I don't hate Phoenix's roster. So I feel good about Jalen Green, Doc. Number 2 on this list, I do have Dyson Daniels. Number 3 on this list, I have Fred VanVleet. And Doc, you have him last, and you said you're completely out. I want to, and so let me just complete my list here. Jalen Green, Dyson Daniels, Fred VanVleet, then Nebhard, and then LaVine. And I do like Zach LaVine, but he's in sack now. His defensive, he literally had 0 and 0 in the blocks and steals in Sacramento. Went like 22, 4 and 3. Okay, that's all right. No defense at all. And like the requisite 3 threes, right? Okay, so decent PRA, elite threes, no D, and all that. I'm just not that impressed with that. And what happens with him? Do they trade him? What's his role in this new team? I don't know. I'm super high on Nebhard. He's one of my favorite sleepers. But let me sell you on Fred VanVleet, Doc. I had this epiphany this morning on Fred VanVleet. I've come around on him because I was where you're at. Yeah, I'm kind of sound asleep on VanVleet. All right. And it has nothing to do with his pop games in the playoffs. It has everything to do, Doc, with Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks taking, God, I don't know. That's probably 33 shots, like 20 for Green, 13 for Brooks, right? I don't have those numbers in front of me. It's probably about what it was. 33 combined shots. Okay. Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith. Let's say it was 33 shots. Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith aren't going to take 33 shots a game, to me. So I think Fred VanVleet's shot attempts are going to go up. And Doc, the ball might be in his hands a little bit more now without Jalen Green and without Dillon Brooks. You know, both those guys like to pat the rock. Dillon Brooks thinks he's a 30-point scorer in this league, Doc. You know this. He's a very, very confident scorer. He's a gunner, okay? You don't have to tell Dillon Brooks to be aggressive offensively. You never, ever have to remind him of that. Fred VanVleet last year was at 14 points a game, down from 17. Fred VanVleet's getting back up close to 17 points a game. He took 13.9 shots last year, 12.7 this year. Hell, I could see his shot attempts going up to 15. Okay, so I could see FEV getting back to like 17 a game. It'll be at 4 rebounds. He was at 5.6 assists. 8.1 the year before. Again, I think the number this year is going to be between there. Let's call it 7. Let's call it 16 and be conservative. I think we're looking at a 16, 4, and 7. He'll be at 1.5 steals, maybe higher. He was 1.6 last year, 2.7 3 balls last year, Doc. But the previous 4 years, he was at 3+ 3 balls per game, which is obviously elite. And I think he's going to get back to 3 balls per game. I'm actually high on Fred VanVleet, Doc, and so are you kind of buying my thinking there?
It's interesting that you're high on Fred VanVleet. What a crazy stat line. Check this out. So his scoring in his time in the NBA, which started in 2016, it went up, 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 and then it plateaued, and now it's gone down, 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 down. He went 2.9, 8.6, 11, 18, 20, 20, 19, 17, 14. So it climbed up to 20, and now it's dropping the wrong direction. Dude, I can't get past the 37.8 field goal percentage he shot last year. That was horrific. And I know you don't care about field goal percentage.
Get over it.
But it was terrible. And then you add in the fact that that team now has Kevin Durant, and I know they lost some mouths to feed, but they also gained a Kevin Durant. And I don't know, man. Maybe Freddie VanVleet is going to have a big bounce back year. I mean, maybe this is like, you know, when a guy has a big statistical year and he's peaked, you're like, I'm out on that guy the next year. Maybe this is the opposite of that. I mean, he basically had the worst season he's had in 7 years, and now it's time for him to bounce back and make a comeback. I could see that happening. But I have zero faith in Fred VanVleet right now.
I don't see an all-star season from FVV. I don't want to get like too crazy about being high on him. I just think we're going to see an uptick on numbers over last year. I think he'll be up to points a game. I think he'll be at 3 threes. The steals probably stay the same. I think he's going to be up about an assist and a half per game. So that's how I see it. So Doc had in this very difficult cluster, Daniels, Green, Levine, Nebhard, FVV. I had Green, Daniels, FVV, Nebhard, and Levine. We both like Nebhard a lot in the non-Hallie situation. It is a situation that we have noticed just during the year. If Hallie misses a game, boom, Nebhard is the pivot guy for you. And now next year, it's going to be a full year of pivot guy for Andrew Nebhard. And his brother Ryan is pretty good two-way with Dallas right now. All right, we got a question here, Doc, for the end of the show. Mr. Super Slime 4745, we appreciate you. He said, what side do you guys prefer? Side one is Luka, a 2027 first-round pick. Or, so let me write that down. Luka, 27 first. Or, this is tough. Brandon Miller, Flagg, 2-1, 3-1, 2026 first. Oh my gosh. I don't even understand. I can't trade Luka. I can't trade Luka. I'm taking the Luka side. I love the other side. I can't. I'm not Nico freaking Harrison around here, bro. I'm not the fantasy Nico. I ain't doing this shit. I'm not. Luka is. So, Doc, just super quick. In a teaser, next week we are going to have the all-time fantasy basketball draft, like with Wilt and Olajuwon and Magic, and we're going to have a draft, okay, live on the air. It's going to be super cool. We're going to rank. I think we're doing our top 10 rankings as well, right? Of our all-time. It's not favorites, like we're ranking it, right? Like doing a draft and all that kind of stuff. Luka made my long list for that, Doc, and I'll let you. I'm not going to let you know if he made my top 10 or where. But I made a long list for it, so I made a 25-man list, and then I pared it down to 10 for the rankings, and it's a 25-man list because we're going to rank because we're going to do a draft. And Luka's on that list, and we're talking. These are the best stat guys who have ever played. Okay, this is Wilt, this is Magic, this is Steph, this is LeBron, this is Shaq, this is the best of the best of the best. Luka is in that group. I ain't trading that guy.
Wow. Yeah, I think if we knew for certain that Cooper Flagg was going to be what we think he's going to be, then I would say go ahead and pull the trigger on this and do it. But the fact that we don't really know how good Cooper Flagg is going to be, like, is he going to be as good as Luka? Is he going to be better than Luka? Is Luka always going to be better than Cooper Flagg? All those unknowns make me a little leery to do this. However, the fact you're getting Brandon Miller and Cooper Flagg and a 2026 first, I mean, I'm not mad at you if you do this trade. Like, if you want to do it, if you're tired of having Luka and you want to go take a flyer here, do it. The other thing that makes me lean towards not doing it is just the pictures and the video and what we know about Luka. Like, dude is pissed. Dude is on a mission. His body looks good. He looks good. And he's got a lot to prove to a lot of people. So I think it's just a bad time to get out of the Luka business. I think now is the time you want to be getting into the Luka business.
Well said, dude. I agree with all of that. I have no questions at all with Cooper Flagg. None. He's vetted. The guy was killing him at the USAB scrimmages last summer when he was still in high school. Player of the year in college. Checked every box. Again, 27-4, 1-1-1 is my line for him this year. And I'm very, very high on Brandon Miller. That's why that one really hit me, right? He's one of my favorite sleepers this year. I freaking love Brandon Miller this year, and I love Brandon Miller for the rest of his career. I just can't get out of the Luka business because the 27 first and the 2026 first, those cancel out to me. I don't have the context on it of where they are. Let's just call them first round picks. That cancels out. I don't care what year it is. So it's Miller, Flagg, a high second round pick, a high third round pick for Luka. That is not enough for me. I'm keeping Luka in that 2027 first. All right. I also want to let you guys know, if you're watching us live on Twitter, we really appreciate that. Not every offseason episode is going to be on this platform, so make sure you subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed, Apple, Spotify, our YouTube channel, and continue to drop your questions in like our boy did right there. That was a phenomenal question. I hope that move works out for you, young man. And so we appreciate that. We want you to keep making comments, keep giving us questions, and we will answer them. Folks, please go to your favorite app store and download the Sports Ethos app. It's amazing. It's got nonstop blurbs, Dr. Ray style, NFL, Major League Baseball, and NBA, like comprehensive, every single thing, even news that you really don't care about, it's going to be out there. Okay. And go to our website, sportsethos.com, subscribe to our fantasy football draft guide. It's the best on earth. Nobody else is doing pro football and college football. I'm handling the college football. Buzelis and the boys are handling the NFL, and it's the best package you can get. It's $6 a month and 60% off right now. You can't lose. We really appreciate you guys. For Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, for the best producer in the biz, Andre Lemouche, even though he wants to be a travel agent for Doc and his wife, and just be that. We give him that. Whatever he wants to do is fine. I am Rick Kamla, and I want to remind you that coming up in our Thursday episode, we are going to have William Harris, and we are going to be breaking down Summer League and rookies and looking ahead to the upcoming season for them. It's going to be fantastic. Peace for now.
52.